back, everybody. Now that our audio issues have been resolved, at least for this moment. Please let me know in the Twitch chat if there's any more issues. We don't get 3 hours down the road and realize nothing was heard from anyone.
Just out of context responses from all of us.
Exactly.
Speed announcements. We love you, Cardboard Castle, Little Dragon, Lundström.
Yeah, that's right. Speed announcements as my muted announcements didn't go through.
That's one link I didn't put in yet.
Right. So, last we left off, you all came back to Outskirt and found that Afilia Shadowleaf has been killed. Now, Tenumeral did some magic, mentalism magic, discovered some of the individuals responsible, and without telling anyone, decided to go into a fit of rage and went into the inn and started up a ruckus, basically calling who the town believes is named Annabella, Leanara, out into the street, where as she began to confront, began to cast a spell. And I believe you succeeded with the roll last time, so we're just gonna kind of flush this out as we go. Flush it out. Oh yeah, there it is. So as the spell takes place, you guys can see, she said she wasn't hiding it. She was just casting it out using her, I believe it's just kind of like a couple of words or something that you have to say. You just have to recite this. And you guys would have all probably have heard her be saying this kind of stuff by now, so you get an idea that she's going into one of her mentalist tricks that she has up her sleeve. So, Numeral, you said you were casting it at power level 2, which allows you to dig a little deeper into the memories.
Yeah.
So you start to see through Leonara's eyes, and you can see several instances where she is delivering meals or beverages to Afilia. And they're always kind of like eyeing one another, and it definitely seems like Leanara's been keeping a close eye on Afilia as she's been there, but it's also been almost like you can feel like Leanara was always looking over her shoulder as well from Afilia. You can see an instance where Leanara is talking with Quasiman, the mallard, at the table in the corner. You can see a couple rough human individuals sitting next to him, kind of like just a little stubble on the beard stubble on the chin and stuff, and just chugging down some mead. It's just dripping down their chins as they're just kind of hanging out there in the corner, laughing and having a good time, getting ready to play some cards. Yeah, just like Belthus right there.
Yeah, nice acting. Giving us that visual.
And Quasiman kind of looks towards Leonardo, which is kind of like you. It's kind of like he's looking towards you because you're like seeing through her eyes, almost like her memories. And she casts her glance over to Afilia, who catches eyes with her for just a moment over in the corner. And she looks towards Quasiman, and Quasiman looks and says, "Every day, she gets one step closer. Every day we sit on our hands and we wait. What are you waiting for?" And Leanara kind of responds. It's like, "I don't know. I need more. I don't have enough. We need to be careful about this. Careful. Always careful. You think your Truth Society would appreciate your caution?" You know, we could already have it. We weren't sitting here waiting all the time, lurking over people's shoulders, watching to make sure that they pull their weight. Talking about your friends. How much time have they wasted? Tired of waiting on them. And you hear Leonara kind of respond back and says, You know, they'll come through. I trust them. And he looks like he shrugs and stuff. Well, that one over there, in it she makes a mistake. And then she kind of looks, and she's like, listen, I don't want any trouble in here. I don't want any trouble. And he looks at her and he kind of kind of gives her a glare for a moment. It's like, you're not going to be able to keep tabs on me forever. And he kind of slinks back into his seat and he kind of relaxes. Looks like he grabs like a chunk of meat or something and just like takes his duck bill and just like chews some off of it. One of the Quasimans like thugs over to, thought you only ate bread. Like, shut up! And he throws something at him.
Oh my god.
Oh, duck joke.
And then you kind of see some memory that you kind of like pulled up from the past. Like it seems like farther back, like as you're kind of digging in deeper. And you can see you're looking through Leanara's eyes.
Mm-hmm.
She's taking this like small piece of parchment. It looks like she's in maybe an upstairs room or something like that at a desk. And she's dipping a feather quill into a bottle of ink. And she pulls out the ink and she starts penning this thing down, which you can see. And it says, newcomers to outskirt. And you remember seeing this exact documentation. It was on the dead bat that was killed by Hardy when you guys were coming into town like a long time ago. You pulled it off the bat, and at the end it said something about the three-tongued liberator. And you see her kind of like roll it up, and she goes to the window, and there's this cage in the window, and there's like 3 bats kind of dangling in the cage. She reaches in and grabs one, and she smiles towards it, starts petting its back of its head, and attaches this little scroll to its foot, whispers into its ear, "You know where to go, little one. Azrael awaits. Take your message." And she launches the bat out of the window, and the bat flutters. And then you pop out of your spell to numeral, standing there in the front of the tavern.
Well, Leanara, guys, you may not have ordered them to kill Ophelia, but I'll have to. I don't know.
She like looks at you. She's
Does
like,
anyone else have anything to
she
say?
gets this kind of confused look on her face, and she's like,
Remember,
my name's Annabella. I don't know what.
I look at Belfast and just motion like, get her.
You guys hear a voice come from the alley nearby, and it says, "Annabella, is there a problem?" And you look over there, and it's Captain Hardy. He's come out from kind of exploring the alleyway nearby. And Annabella / Leanara kind of looks over at Captain Hardy. It's like, kind of gives you guys all like a side eye, like really quick. And then looks over to Captain Hardy. It's like, "No, Captain, everything's fine. I'm just a disagreement, that's all." "You sure?" "Oh yeah, absolutely. It's okay. These fine folk here, we were just having a quick discussion, that's all." She looks at you to numeral. She's like, "What are you doing?"
this woman?
Oh, you said that to Captain Hardy?
Yeah. That duck that's always in here, not this duck.
Yeah, he immediately looks at Geyer.
He's okay. He's okay. He's good. He's good.
And in case people have forgotten, Geyer is in the back of the wagon, like trying to take off the armor because he's getting ready to try to determine cause of death and perform an autopsy. So he's, working on taking the armor off of Afilia's body.
Oh boy.
Wait. What are you talking about?
I decided to interrogate this fine here barmaid, and she told me that she overheard that Quasiman fellow, and he did not like Ophelia, and we believe that he killed her. And she is swaying a little bit, but that's the truth. Because she did have quite a bit of wine from a bottle she took, and she's under a lot of stress, so she chugged that.
Yeah, and knowing this, like, Annabella kind of looks towards Captain Hardy and is like, listen, I know he has a little bit of a rough reputation in town. But you don't think Quasiman would really do something like this, do you, Captain Hardy? Captain Hardy he looks for a moment, and he's like, well, he is a little rough.
Connery locks eyes with Hardy, having just now motivated him to take his job more seriously.
Maybe I'll have a talk with him.
Just froze for me for a second.
Oh, sorry. You all good?
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Hardy kind of looks towards Connery, seeing that eye contact, looks towards the rest of the party, and there's a lack of evidence all around. Could have really been any one of you. I guess I could go talk to him.
Mr. Hardy, we literally got back like 20 minutes ago. Not even.
I wasn't here. I didn't see anything.
You saw us come through the gate. Your guards saw us come through the gate.
I'll have to go talk to them
southern
about
gate.
it.
We were dealing with that other gentleman to the north one. What's his name? Bosco?
Yeah, Bosco. That's right, yeah. I could go talk to Bosco. Sure, we can get it worked out. Maybe I'll go, maybe Bosco and I will go talk to Quasiman and see what's going on. Maybe we can get to the bottom of this.
So you know where he is.
I mean, I'll walk around until I find him. Gotta be in town, right?
Great strategy. You're thinking.
I'll find him eventually. Town's not very big.
Elf said that nobody new came in and out, so obviously the murderer is in here. And I just talked to Leanara, and I don't know why she's minimizing what we both know to be true right now to you. I mean, Annabella, this wine. Anyway, she should really think about what I was reflecting upon and what we were conversing about as we go further into this evening and future, because, there are some other suspicious things that we discussed.
Geyer's going to look over at Hardy and just I'm assuming that the cart, like Tanumo's closer to him than I am in the back of the cart. Geyer's just looking down and just pointing the back of her head and going like,
Leanara is kind of like looking at you, Tanumero, with like one eye raised, kind of like with a quizzical look on her face, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And
Bats in your brain.
What?
Not out here.
What?
Council from across the courtyard. Not here. Hardy's like, you know what? We'll get this all worked out. I'll go talk to Quasiman.
We can talk in the morning if needed. It's probably best.
Probably.
We have buried for a fallen soldier.
You we've had enough to drink for our fallen friend, Timmy.
For all of our fallen friends. You've consolidated
Not about
more
anyone else
memorial.
here. But I personally am not interested in a demon empire, but
I
apparently
think
nobody seems to care about me or Ophelia.
I run into the cart and I grab Numeral's sleeping rug or
Mhm.
sleeping fur, and I just go, "Okay, Tinny, I think you're just a little cold." And I wrap her up in it and kind of like, so I'm standing on the cart now, so I can reach her shoulders,
Mhm.
and I like cover her face and go, "Nap time," and just try to like get her to calm down because like, I'm not like hurting her, but I'm just like pulling her closer to like a sitting position on the back of the cart, just
Okay,
so like she
Yeah, as you guys are kind of like grabbing on to Numeral and stuff, Leanara looks at all you and says, now that like Hardy seems to have walked off, you're looking at, listen, let's perhaps calm ourselves down and maybe meet up tomorrow morning for a chat.
Well, since the young lady seems to have had a lot to drink, maybe you could elaborate on what she's talking about.
I'm
Maybe we don't
really
talk about
kind of
what she's
unsure what she's saying.
Do you have anything to do with Ophelia's death? And Connor just kind of locks eyes with her.
Listen. Quasiman's got eyes all over town. She's been getting close and closer to what Quasiman's been up to. And if she got too close, there's no controlling that mallard. I cannot be held accountable for the actions of that cruel duck.
And Normal has not told us everything she saw, right?
That's right. Yeah, she only kind of read her mind and then went crazy on her.
Ran.
So it's like she didn't even tell you guys anything of what she saw.
I don't know crap.
I'm gonna burn to Will because we've been talking a little bit and use my insight ability
Got it.
and just trying to see whether I think she's being honest. I'm gonna fail.
That's like the third time in a row you failed using that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Why
think,
does that roll when I need to improve it?
yeah, your vibe is you're getting like they have kind of like they may be allies, but like they're not like in control of each other. That's like the vibe that you're getting, but from what you
Basically, it's the same vibe we get from our party.
Right,
We're all
yeah.
allies, but we don't dictate what each other does.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, except for when Kalsica's got Tinderella chokehold.
That's true. Yes.
Go to sleep.
At this point, I'm just rubbing Numeral's back so she stays quiet and calm.
Mhm.
And if she falls asleep, then I can't help because she's gonna hit the ground and I'm short.
Guy is just going to look at Connery and Kalsica from the wine and just be like, sort of like it, not enthusiastic either way. It's just like, it sounds good.
Okay. I look over at Belthus. Do you think we'll be okay till morning and we can talk about it?
I guess one way to find out. If anybody attacks us in the meantime, it'd be a good fight.
Fair.
Annabelle, I think we're all in agreement that it would be in everybody's best interest to talk about it in the morning. But just remember, breaking someone's trust is like crumpling a piece of paper. You can smooth it over, but you'll never walk the same again. I mean, it'll never be the same again. Sorry, I missed that quote.
I think he's trying to avoid the one about broken legs, you know, but at the end of the paper, it just mixed up.
Hey, listen, I not here for trouble. I recruited you because I believe in you.
You just hear a blanket laugh. Huh?
What is her problem?
She doesn't drink that often. She doesn't hold that well. She's very you know,
Afilia
totally
was
touch that.
a great woman. She treated us well. She treated us kindly. So we owe it to her to get to the bottom of this. So, come morning,
She was a friend, and Tanumal was her friend. Tanumal has lost her friend. She's in mourning.
And I also warned all of you about
it's
them.
not morning.
Okay,
I
let's
told you they're trying to resurrect an undead version of their dragon king.
Why are we talking about this in the street? Kalsko's just sitting there, like, staring at the stars, like,
We're doing this in the morning. I have business at the shops, assuming if they're even open at this late hour.
I've got to go back in and settle things down in the inn anyway, as things
by
are.
the way, tell Vagenhild I know I overpaid for the wine and it's okay for now, but that I need my rum refilled in the morning, please.
We'll have to see if we can talk her down a little bit. She put quite a dent in the bar earlier.
Well,
Far. That's not our
we
fault.
have a wonderful craftsman here. I'm sure he could aid in repairing the bar.
She needs some anger management if she destroys her own property. I'm just saying.
It happens from time to time. It does, but
Yeah, so don't let her blame us for it when I overpaid for wine. Thank you.
she kind of like nods to you. It's like, so
Find
mush.
you in the morning.
You'll find me in the morning.
Unless anyone has an idea of where to meet, but this is where we always go to find her. So like, I just
Go.
figured.
All right. She already works at the place we hang out, so.
I will
Convenience.
just look at her. You will join us here for breakfast in the morning.
Breakfast it is.
I'm just covering Tinny. I can feel her making faces under the blanket, and I'm like, shh, shh.
She kind of gives you all a little curtsy and then walks back into the inn. Disappears as the door closes.
Connery's gonna turn around and walk away as well. Get a little bit of distance and then look up into the air and breathe deeply and see if I can catch Quasimon's scent at all.
Okay. Is that part of an ability that you have that you can utilize to catch a scent of?
You can use this ability to designate a creature in sight or a creature you can catch the scent of as your prey.
Okay.
He's
What-
been around Quasmi before, and haven't you tracked him once? Or am I making that up?
We haven't tracked him, but we've met him. We've been in close contact with him a few times.
I know that cheap duck cologne.
What is it? Is it
I
one,
will
one
have
of
you
your,
know
is it
this
one
is
of
not
your wolfkin
cheap.
abilities?
Yeah, it's the hunting instincts. It's like,
Hunting instincts.
yeah.
Wait, I wanna see. Hunting instincts. You can use this ability to designate a creature in sight or a creature you can catch as your prey. This is an action in combat. You can follow the scent of your prey for a full day.
Because remember, Hardy said that he might still be in town, so going off of that, Connery's just testing the air to see if he's nearby.
Okay. You.
It's not going to have like a ridiculous range or anything.
Catch a scent of your day for a full. I would say you do catch a scent of Quasiman.
Oh, gracious GM, what have you done?
It's not like you catch a scent. It's not nearby, but you think you could follow it for.
Oh. Gifts from the gods.
Okay,
So I'm gonna look back at the party and tell them that I've caught his scent. But then I'm gonna look at this little drunken cocoon caterpillar in its sleeping furs. Should we just wait?
I lower the blanket a little bit, Tinny. We need to talk, and we don't need everybody hearing. Okay?
I think that we need to exit this town and bury Ophelia, and I've got a lot to tell you guys. But I don't want to say it in anywhere that any of these nerds can hear me.
I agree.
Oh my god.
Agree. Just
Midnight
agree.
burial. Okay.
I mean, there's worse plans.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone know the burial rites of these knights? I don't know them.
I'm sorry, I have to. Is anyone else getting feedback?
Who's it coming from?
Testing.
Hello.
Hello.
Question.
Right, let's try one of those acapella song.
I don't hear it
I don't know,
now.
maybe I'm just hearing things.
I don't hear it now.
Yeah, we're good. That's a hard pass. So what are we thinking? A warrior's funeral at the pyre?
There was Ritter Mound where, they were buried underground and became
That's
roaming skeleton.
Can I? Oh, gracious God in the sky here. May I roll a Myths and Legends to see if I've read anything about how knights of this order get buried?
Yeah,
Their
you could roll myths and legends, sure.
Yeah,
Try.
Actually,
I
I'll
wanted.
I will give you a I'll give you a boon on it. I'll tell you why after.
It's Chris from Michael.
Is there a
I
graveyard like 10 feet away?
I make it very easily.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, what Belthus brought up is kind of like every knight's desire is to have this kind of grand tomb almost. It doesn't necessarily mean it has to be grandeur on the outdoors, but they want to be buried in this place of a lot of times they want their room for their family members. If their family members happen to pass, they want to be able to bury them alongside them. Really similar to Rittermound, to be honest. But you got to think Rittermound was for a much higher ranked knight of the Elidane Order. So Rittermound's probably a bigger example of what somebody like Afilia or one of those other knights that you guys have run into would probably be, bestowed with their funeral. But
I don't know. One of them is just going to be poured into a smoothie cup.
yeah,
Is
dogs
that-
for life, kind of like a mausoleum kind of type thing. That would be kind of pretty cool. Yeah.
You guys want to bury her in Rittermound? I knew she wasn't as high rank as people there, but in my eyes, she deserves.
Belthus, correct me if I'm wrong, but with knighthood, a lot of their life is spent honoring their deeds and things like that. So maybe inscriptions or things that tell of great grandeur stories of their exploits and things of that nature would be found in their tombs and things like that. They tapestries, murals, maybe even their armor, even ceremonial armor that they would have worn during ceremonial things, helmets and things like that. Their armaments and their weapons were very important to them, so having those displayed in some ways in those mausoleums or tombs would be very important.
Maybe Dragonbane can help.
Me and we could ask on our way out of town.
Isn't
Dragonbane
his
is
house
in-
over an old tomb? Not Azurkop, the Elidane, right? Isn't there a tomb technically under the mountain where his home is?
They believe that the tomb is built right under Outskirt.
Yeah.
We
But
get the world.
that's what the statuette does. It apparently unlocks it.
Could I
Yeah.
show the world map?
Oh yeah, guys.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. I can pull you over to the Misty Bell world map, and take our friends at Twitch to the world map too, so they can see what you guys are looking into. As you guys look for Outskirt there.
It seems that a lot of places that we've been to is where dead people are. Because I remember Awful's Load actually had a
dwarf, right?
yeah.
Yeah, the dwarf ghost that you guys helped to redeem against the White Death, which to numeral now wears its flesh.
Let us not forget the White Death is the one who christened good Sir Belthus as Sir Belthus the Devoured.
The Devoured. That's true. Yeah.
I think we can either bury her up somewhere, maybe near Granith's weird old things, or maybe there's something under there that's Elladane, or just outside of town and do our best.
Outside of character, are we sure there wasn't anything in that matcha tea that she had?
I am embracing to numerals drunkenness. I am not drunk.
Does that
This is all acting.
I vote we go ask Draneth if the areas beneath his home are suitable. I feel like he will be honest with us, and if not, we can then continue outside of town, but we have to be back here in the morning, so we can't make it all the way to Rittermound right now, if we have to go there, so...
That is true.
Rittermound is also occupied, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, but we could be bringing a knight for burial, and that's par for the course for that area.
Slide her in.
That's
It's not really their living area.
repurpose.
Let's just go with Draneth first.
Alright, let's go ask the old man.
All right. So you guys make
Feel
your way.
comfortable talking about what I have seen up in the Dranith zone also. So we could spend the night up there too.
Mike, did you see the message I sent you?
No.
It's in roll 20.
Oh yeah, yeah, perfect. So if you do that, then the rest of the party's gonna kind of turn around and you're just not gonna be there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
You hear that?
What, you guys hear it?
Hear what?
What am I hearing?
Is that just on my end? I'm hearing like a...
Noise, yeah.
Yeah, you hear it.
That's one of my kids just got in the shower,
Oh, okay.
which is on the other side of that wall right there.
That...
And it
Sweet.
does pick up in my microphone, unfortunately. I apologize to you, friends.
White noise. Got it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a humming for about. It'll make that weird noise for about 15 to 20 minutes.
Sorry, it's a side effect of taking Wolfkin as one of my races.
Heightened senses. That's right.
I don't know. I don't like whatever secrets you guys are keeping between yourselves.
Yeah, Geyer seemingly has disappeared
Oh,
Where the hell
as you
did I
guys
go?
are deciding to take your discussion to Draneth.
When I notice that, can I do a panic awareness check?
Sure.
Figure out where he might have gone.
Yeah, you're just looking everywhere. I mean, it's that dang duck.
Kauska starts, no, Kauska fully starts hyperventilating because she thinks something bad has happened to Geyer. So she just sits down in the middle of the road and starts almost crying. Where did Mr. Geyer go?
Don't worry, we can track him down.
There's people being killed in town, and he's all alone, and he's not that good about fighting.
Do you use your dog to find him?
The dogs went with him.
The dogs are gone?
no, I'm right here.
The ones that can't talk, Connery. We've been over this. Stop being offended easily. You're a wolf, they're a dog.
The cart with Ophelia's body is still here, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, we would have noticed.
Okay.
The
Because
car.
I think that would have been a little hard.
He's not
I
that
was-
ugly.
I'm assuming the dogs went with him because the dogs always go with Geyer if he leaves the cart. Like, that's just the
Okay.
rule. Dogs are not here, the dogs are with Geyer.
Okay.
We track him down then?
I'm gonna run to the shop really quick. Since we're
Okay.
still in that vicinity, I run across to the shop.
And immediately upon opening the door,
Mhm.
you see Geyer standing at the counter, plopping Afilia's armor onto the the table.
I slam the door shut.
Oh my god.
Mr. Geyer!
Hello, was the conversation over?
I walk over to Geyer
Geyer,
and
you
just
almost drop Afilia's shield.
I just slap him a bunch on the arm.
Time to make some coin!
You cannot leave when there's been a murder without telling me.
Well,
And I look down
didn't
at
know
Lucy
you were
River.
standing beside the numeral.
I look at Lucy and River and I go, and you two, traitors. And then I look up Mr. Geyer. We have 2 problems right now.
What?
The first, you scared me and didn't tell me, and I'm mad at you again. The second, I don't know much about knighthood, but I do know that some of that has to get buried with her, or Tinny is going to rip our faces off. Something has to go to the grave with her.
Her body goes to the grave.
No. A thing. A
But
symbol
her-
of her knighthood. No.
I left her morning star with the body.
Okay.
I think it was
Still
this
mad at
way.
you, though. Still really mad at you.
At this point, would Tunumeral and Belthus and the rest of the party have noticed that Calcico went into the shop, has not come out in about 2 minutes?
Yeah, you
and
probably notice about it right now.
we would notice that Ophelia's armor is not on her body or in the cart anyway.
Yeah, she's
now?
armorless, missing her shield.
Okay, so one would assume.
The duck that was taking the armor off for an autopsy is missing with all the armor he took off.
Yes, I thought that was suspicious. At this point, Tunumeral will have stomped towards the shop to see
Okay.
what's going on.
And as you walk in, like you see the big mustached guy, Master Olvar's, like stand over the counter. He's like, so I don't know if I feel right about this now.
It's
Do we
fine.
still got a deal, or I mean,
No,
Tunumeral
no.
busts in.
We
I
are
thought he was
not selling
unconscious.
that.
I look at Mr. Geyer. This all could have been avoided if you just told me where you were going. I would have not come looking. I would have not freaked out in the middle of the street and cried. And I slap his arm again and I go outside. I let Tinny yell at him.
Belthus, what's your reaction? Would you have been also curious where the missing armor of the knight that we are trying to solve the murder is, or would you just be standing there not caring that the armor was stolen?
Seeing Kalska storm out, what's going on?
He's fine. Let's go to Dranith's. And Kalska just starts.
What?
Nope.
I'm gonna peek inside and see what's going on.
You can probably still see the numeral flailing.
Tunumeral flailing around.
He tried to steal Ophelia's armor when her body hasn't even. What do they call it when you get all hard?
Whoa.
Dead. Rigor
That's a
mortis.
conversation for your mummy and daddy to have with you.
Rigor mortis hasn't even set in yet, and you're selling her armor. She needs to be buried with that. She's a knight of Eladane. Have some respect. You know what, Mr. Geyer? You don't even. And she would storm up to Geyer, and she's gonna try to take the Eladane ring off his finger.
Ooh. Are you gonna resist?
Yeah, because Gaia really doesn't know what she's doing at this point.
Or go ahead and make a contested acrobatics rolls.
All right. What does contested mean again?
Means
as far as
you
how I'm
roll
rolling?
you roll acrobatics and try to succeed. The guy will roll acrobatics and try to succeed as well. If you both succeed, which numeral it's not looking like you're going to. Unfortunately.
Can you push a contested
You
roll?
can technically because you rolled a 19. You can push it if you'd like, but you have to take a condition if you do that.
She's gonna be disheartened.
Okay.
This is
Oh, and
disheartening.
actually, and before you decide this, I am going to do one thing. Since you're really role-playing this drunkenness, I'm going to give you a Bane on your roll. Because you'd be a little disoriented.
Yeah, okay.
You have to take the lower result. Or the higher result. Oh, still, I think that might be good.
Yeah, my acrobatics is 14.
14.
Geyer also passed with a 5.
Geyer passed with a 5.
So we both passed.
So you both pass. Let me double check, because this is the part that I keep on confusing in the rules, is the contested checks. So I'm gonna make sure that I roll these or figure these
We
out.
both succeed and fall on the ground and roll, and the ring rolls into Melissa's spook. I'm kidding.
Why isn't my? It's not called contested. Posed, I think it's called. Posed rolls. There we go.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to pitch something at you or ask a question, given we both succeeded. With Geyer being turned around and is sort of hands up and is somewhat defensive, given that Tanu will succeed, I'm fairly sure I know what she's diving at, right? Like, I can tell she's diving at my hand with the ring. She's not going for, like, my coin pouch or the chain on my neck.
Okay, so here's how it works. If both of you succeed with your rolls, your action succeeds if the result of your roll is lower than or equal to your opponent's result. So that means that Geyer's result is lower. Geyer would hold on to the ring as you try to pull it away.
While she's trying to grab at it, she'd be saying, "You don't even deserve to wear anything of Eladine if you're hawking his knight's armor like this. No respect for the dead or the dragon knights or..." Ugh. And then she'd fail and just kind of stomp.
After Geyer just turns, slides the ring off his finger, flips it to her.
Well, do you have enough scruples to know you don't deserve to wear anything of Eladane after trying to hawk it like this? And she would stomp towards the counter and say, "We're not selling this armor right now." Try to scoop it up.
Master Oliver just like, hey, look, I'm not trying to cause a problem. I just trying to just trade. That's all.
Geyer just looks at Numeral. Had nothing to do with who it was. It was a useful tool. Same as armor is useful when you're alive. I just walk past her.
Belthus, were you still peeking in the door at this time, or did you walk away from the door?
I'm still kind of standing there, just.
Belthus, you feel like somebody like put their arm around your shoulder, and then you hear this voice on the other side, like close to the side of your face, and say, "What's going on? What's all the ruckus?" And you recognize the voice a little bit, and you turn your head to look. You look right into the dark eyes of Parfumel. He's got kind of like his hood pulled up, and he's like, Am I catching you at a bad time?"
A bit of an awkward time, it seems. We're just dealing with the funeral rites of Eldane Knights, apparently.
Oh. Interesting. I wanted to tell you. You remember those cultists that was hanging around the Temple of the Purple Flame?
Vividly.
There were a couple in town. I saw them leave not too long ago.
Too long ago? Are you meaning moments or days or?
Hours?
Oh.
They left with quite haste. I'm not sure. Honestly, I believe they were headed in the same direction as the Temple of the Purple Flame.
This is useful information. Sir Smokey.
Hey, listen, I've
Numeral would
tried to
walk
stay
over
away
to
from
the
it a
two
little
of them
while since
now
I've been in
also.
town. Yeah, by
Oh,
this
hi.
time, as Geyer's like walking past Geyer, you notice that Harfamel has stopped by and is talking to Belthus there at the doorway. You probably walked by first, and then Tenumeral would probably after that.
Hello.
Oh, hello there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt all the in-depth conversation that we were having here. I just wanted to
Okay.
relay some information, that's all.
He has a lead on cultists.
Oh, yeah, shh, come on. He kind of like leads you
Lead
out of
on
that.
We were gonna go to Dranis and bury a body. Do you want to come with us, Havermall?
Sounds like a joyous occasion, but listen, come on out here. Come on outside,
Okay.
all of you. And
I
he.
think we should. If there's secrets, we should talk at Dranis because it's not safe out here. There's too many people everywhere, and they're all evil. And they're gonna kill everybody.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. We can go to Dranith. I trust him.
So Tunira will kind of head towards the cart and dump all the armor back in it next to the now naked body of her friend.
I'm assuming she had,
Right.
pants and regular coverings
Clothes
on.
on
Yeah,
underneath.
she's got some covers up.
Oh yeah, I forgot that you would wear clothes under armor.
Yeah, long johns under mine.
Yeah,
That's it.
you
Yeah,
just
long
wear
johns.
little, and they had a deep summer with no cloth.
I didn't think about that.
like Belthus. When Belthus takes off his armor, there's another suit of armor underneath. And then he takes off that suit of armor, and there's another suit of armor underneath. And
Never
he
knew.
just, he just keeps going.
Armor, chainmail,
That's-
underlings.
That's right. That's why it
Come on.
takes Belthus 4.5 hours to get ready to leave in the morning.
Yeah, accurate.
When they walk out, Connery, what are you doing? Are you sticking around? Are you?
If I catch sight of a Havermall, I am actually going to. I remember he knows animism, but now's not the appropriate time. So I'm going to linger, stay nearby.
Okay. Okay, so basically he's kind of leading you guys all towards Dranith's little hut. And if you're, Connery, if you're coming along and lingering, you guys can all be like led in that direction. He takes you to Dranith, and you guys are there. You guys make your back to a hut, and he kind of barges in there quickly and Dranith, they've arrived. They're back. They have some questions to ask you. And you walk into and Dranith seems to be kind of, surrounded by smoke a little bit, and he's kind of in a meditative state there for a moment, and stands up, rises to his feet, which are still barefoot, looking kind of rough as they always do, and looks towards you. Oh, welcome back.
Is
What-
that whatever you're smoking? Is that Havermall's personal collection?
He's had a little influence on it.
You hungry?
Well,
Always.
something terrible happened in town tonight, Dranis.
What is it?
And I guess everybody, I have to tell everybody what I saw.
What happened?
Okay, well, firstly, we got back to town tonight, and they all went to sell things from our travels, and I was going to go into the tavern to speak with Afilia, because we ran into some of her compatriots on our journeys, and I wanted to tell her what happened. And as I was heading into the tavern, I saw the shadow of a body, and it was Ophelia's, and I cast telepathy and saw her last thoughts and ran over, and it was too late. She died as I was going there.
That's
But then once everyone came, they heard me screaming and saw what was happening, I tried a new spell I hadn't done before, scrying, to see if I could look back and find out who killed her and what happened. And I saw that a group of people who were in cloaks and dressed similarly to the cultists that we saw from the temple stabbed her. They attacked her.
As to numeral says that, like Haframal kind of like nudges Belthus, like kind of like reminding him what he just told him when she mentions cultists.
Yeah, our friend Haframal over here did mention that he saw hours ago cultists heading toward the Temple of the Purple Flame.
They might be killers. And one of those killers was that evil duck. Not the evil duck we travel with, the other evil duck.
Heart's in the right place. I always thought.
Do I see like a wisp of Tenumeral's hair or anything sticking out? A ponytail?
Probably with her drunken state and her frazzleness, probably several hairs out of place.
Yeah. Her hair is long and messy, probably, by now.
As Tenumeral mentions the evil duck she travels with, Gyra's going to look for that, those one or two little odd strands of hair that are sticking out, and use the magic trick, Ignite, to just singe the end of those couple of hairs. Everybody can smell.
Yeah, there's a little scent of burning hair in the air.
Anyway.
Makes a little flash of light, but not enough to like feel any heat or anything like that,
Just enough for the scent to be like the annoying older brother.
Anyway. Where was I? Yes. And one of them was that evil duck. That's why I stormed into that bar, because, we know that Leanara gives orders to that stupid duck. So I thought that it was her ordering him to kill her. Now, when I did that telepathy, turns out she didn't do the order. However, she is a demon worshiper. I had suspected this from the start. Her little truce society is bullshit. Quasiman thinks that she's part of some truce society, though. But it's all nonsense. She's the one that wrote that letter about us. But that was on the bat. She has the bats. There are bats in her room. There's like 3 of them. She's got 3 bats.
What? So what do the bats have to do with her being a demon? I'm confused.
The Ezreal followers send messages with the bats. They use the bats.
They're using the bats to send messages?
Yes. And she's the one that wrote that letter. That's
not a bad idea.
So it's a pickle. She's gonna slump down and get the remainder of the bottle of wine and take a swig.
Trina's like, "Whoa, easy now."
And we have to bury her. Dragon, can we bury her here? Where is the Eladane too? Did we put her there?
The Game Master has been gifted a Bane in chat.
Oh, Bane. I'll write that down. I've been hoarding this Game Master boon that's been on my list for several weeks. So now I have a boon and a Bane.
Leanara did point us toward the Temple of the Purple Flame, I believe, which turned out to be infested with demon cultists and those bizarre, twisted folk.
Yes, but there was also a statue piece at that location, if I recall.
Was there?
She pointed us in the direction of a statue piece, and we objected. And all of a sudden, Gyre looks very pointedly at Draneth and Avamal.
Well, I think the places, if we go back, I think the places that you guys found statue piece were in Drakmar Pass when you first arrived. You were given one. That was your first one. Second one you found was in the Oracle Cave with the spider.
Oh yeah.
You remember you saw it behind the spider when you were talking to them.
Yeah.
There was a tense moment there
And
where
Buffalo's load.
Numeral had to become the spider's friend in order to like get that piece.
Yeah.
And talk her out of using the child as a spy to send up into outskirt and the surface. And Bothild's load is where you found the third piece.
What did we find in?
He almost said final.
Right. Temple of the Purple Flame, you found a mask, a skull mask.
Okay, that's right.
We also found Havermont.
You also found Havermont. And
The
you
demon
found a demon portal that you guys shut, which also shut Geyer's grappling hook in there forever.
I think that's like the second one he's lost so far.
Oh, that was the first one.
That was the
We
first
lost the
grappling hook.
second one.
Then I bought him another,
And I
now
think
that's
the
lost.
Oracle Cave is where you lost the other one, right?
No, we lost it recently at that puzzle with the thing in the center, and we couldn't step on the ground, and we threw me. And then
And then the door
Wow.
slammed and left the grappling hook inside. That's right.
Good times.
I'm gonna have to put a grappling hook count. How many grappling hooks Geyer can lose in the campaign on the Twitch overlay.
I said, gotta buy some more grappling hooks. Keep the meme going.
Mr.
Drenith kind of looks at you. He's like, "Well, unfortunately, we don't have access to the burial grounds underneath Outskirt right now.
What you mean?
I mean, the only way to gain access, I believe, is to continue the path that you're on."
Granted, in knowledge, is there any spell or procedure that we could use on Ophelia to keep her from deteriorating?
Gosh.
Decomposition is a perfectly natural part of the death process. Your body becomes compost. You feed the animals that feed the other animals that feed us.
Mr.
Why
Drennan?
seem like you guys are backwards right now?
Yeah, it's a little weird right now. Mr. Drennan, I have a question.
Yes. Yes.
What does what we're doing now have to do with access to burial grounds? Like, why can't we just go to, like, is there no place to bury anybody who dies in Outskirt right now? Is
Oh,
Outskirt
there's
just,
no-
don't die there because there's no place to put you?
There is a cemetery outside. We could bury her
He's
there.
But
Talking
she
about
wants.
the Eladane tomb that we
Yeah,
need
you-
the pieces to get
You
to.
want to, you're trying to
The
bury
tomb
her
is
in the
closed off.
Eladane tomb, right? That it's locked.
Yeah, there's no way to get
Okay,
the statue piece,
You
right?
didn't say that, and I didn't remember that it was locked.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to bury her in the cemetery, of course we can go do that now.
I'd like to start casting level 1
Sorry.
evocation ceremony spell.
Okay,
Is it? No, wait, that's the wrong game. Sorry.
that's the wrong game. it's like, what are you talking about?
He's not a wizard.
Given the timing, perhaps a simple graveyard burial is the best for now.
I think so.
Yes, we can always grave rob. I mean, exhume later and rebury.
I don't
Oh,
like it.
you just cut out. What did Geyer say?
He was joking, but at the same time,
Move on.
burying Ophelia's armor in a easily accessible graveyard doesn't sound like a great idea.
You know, I could
Or with her armor?
I could keep her. If you're worried about people stealing her materials, I could keep them in the hut.
Right.
I mean,
I think she should be buried in her armor, and I think her sword should stick in the ground or something. I don't know.
She-
No, Balthus, what did you do for knights?
And it depends on where you're from, I suppose.
Right? The great
Help
warriors in my village get burned on a pyre.
Well, I think we should bury her before.
When I die, I shall be fried and smothered in orange sauce.
Ooh, can I eat you? Can I add one of your ring bones to my necklace? Can we do that?
What?
Is that what you're doing when you die?
Is that tradition for any Mallard?
DM's call. I'm gonna say yes.
Do your loved ones eat you to consume your spirit?
Kyra looks over to Numeral. If they're willing to.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes we put it in our will if we have a large amount of money left. As a final sign of goodwill, you don't get your share unless you partake.
Our ceremony with the seers.
Kyra is now looking at Kalsika, trying like.
There is some searing involved, yes.
Kalska meets his eyes and then remembers she's mad at him and looks away from him. Just Hal's facing the other way.
Draneth kind of looks at all of you and is like, well, should we go on with the temporary burial? I mean, is that something you want to do?
We should.
All right. Well, we can go take care of it right now.
Kyra will start following him out then with the wagon.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys, like, honestly, Outskirt has like these farms kind of all around it, but there is like spaces for like graveyards and things like that. I mean, it's probably not like a huge graveyard. There's not like a ton of people here, but there have been places where people have died and they've had to put them in the ground, and they're just simple burial places with very simple markers, probably just made out of like wooden materials and things like that, of different religious like symbols or things like that. Nothing completely complex, no like elaborate like stone that's like carved in or anything like that. It's very simple. And I guess when you guys arrived at the graveyard, you have the task of digging a hole. I'm not sure who, probably
Belthus would definitely volunteer to
Belthus would volunteer to
do a lot of digging, yeah.
My
Okay.
strength is too low.
I didn't know if anyone had any other things to make the digging of the hole quicker or more efficient, but
Guy's just looking around and trying to see if there's a shovel anywhere.
yeah, there's probably like shovels kind of around this place, as probably oftentimes people would bring shovels here, maybe even like leave shovels here, in anticipation, or thinking of, hey, we're gonna have to probably bury a few more people here, we might as well just leave the tools here. So there's a few tools there that you guys can grab and just start kind of digging the hole. You can lay Aphelia's body to rest in the holes and start filling it back up. Yes, Connery, did you have something to add?
I'm gonna put Albert to work.
Yeah, Albert starts like digging too. It's like kind of like the dog dig, where it's like the dirt is coming from between the legs and flying out of the back.
Now Lucy's down there too, and probably kicking dirt at Albert and Belthus.
Yeah, one of the dogs actually shows up with like looks to be like a bone from somebody else's thigh.
Oh, Jesus.
No, not yet, not until they've gone away.
Probably dug up another grave over there in the corner.
Takes it from the dog and throws it like a game of fetch.
They start barking and running away from.
While they're all
Albert
digging,
just kind of like looks to the side and just keeps on like pushing the dirt back over the hole.
while they're all digging, Tunumro would be like putting the armor back on Ophelia's body.
You are gonna bury the armor with her then?
Yeah, she's gonna put her in her armor.
Okay.
It feels wrong. Otherwise, to numeral.
Kalska would help to numeral, but as we're doing that, look at to numeral and say, Tinny, I get it. Armor's fine. And I get the appeal of her Morning Star marking her location, but we don't want people to know where expensive stuff is. So I don't think we should have that sticking out of the ground yet. Maybe
She
Mr.
doesn't
Dragon...
have a tombstone, though.
This isn't her permanent
Yeah,
place,
this isn't
Tinny.
permanent.
Let's just lay her here to rest for now, and when we can open the proper grave, then we can leave her Morningstar on display. Let's have Draenith keep the Morningstar safe, because if anyone comes and messes with everything and we lose everything of hers, you have nothing to bury her with later. Okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Gosh, I still haven't had dinner yet, you guys. I'm tired. Kalska she's tired of trying to be reasonable, and she's getting really frustrated, and she's really mad at Geyer, so she helps Tinny, and the second it's done, she goes over to Draenith and just like leans against him, even though he's like creepy and skeletal and weird, and she's just like, I'm
Yeah, like, oh
tired.
yeah, you're like, it's like leaning up against a skeleton.
Mr. Draenith, I'm really tired and really hungry.
Take a nap and get something to eat.
Do you have any snacks?
Sure.
Okay.
What does he have? And he points and he's looking. You see the dog is next to you with its tail wagging and it has that bone in its mouth again.
River, what did you
Lucy's like behind, like trying to like take the bone from River.
A guy's gonna walk over to the wherever the dug up grave is and start poking around.
There's just like a small hole where the dogs have dug up, and honestly, like you just see like a spot where they might have just found something and just grabbed it and pulled it out. So it's not a very big hole.
Disappointing.
Yep. Whoever dug this grave didn't dig it far enough down.
Oh no.
But after you guys have,
The,
if you guys got after Aphelia's body's been kind of covered back up, it's up to you guys what you would like to do next.
I'm gonna cast a spell.
Alright.
can Geyer see any like little scraps of wood, like a piece of like a 2x4 or something, or a 1x4?
There's probably like more like kind of like natural like sticks, kind of. There's not like any like
Guyer's just gonna
lumber
go
or
grab a
anything
couple
like
of
that.
sticks,
Hmm?
and roughly where he thinks the head was, because he wasn't paying attention to the burial, just gonna put the 2 sticks in an angle to make an X to sort of mark that somebody's there.
Okay, sure. Floral trail. Beautiful flowers sprout where you walk.
Oh,
Flowers
So-
wither after a shift.
Gonna gather a few flowers and tie them around Geyer's X.
Okay. Yeah. Got some beautiful flowers that are attached to the X that Geyer just puts into place. Connery kind of straps these yellows and pinks and beautiful bouquet.
Has to be verbal.
Tanumero would get off the cart and kind of stand there. Would we say that the cart is within 6 meters of the hole in the ground that we have dug?
Well, it's covered up already, so it's not a hole anymore. Does it need to be
Oh,
a hole?
we put her in there? Oh, I was gonna
Oh, yeah.
levitate her down in there.
Oh yeah, you could have levitated.
I didn't realize we buried her already.
Yeah. I was just kind
Geyer
of
just
sake of
back in
gravity.
the
Yeah. Woo!
Go sideways.
Yeah, you can
I wasn't
levitate her.
sure.
Yeah. If you
We
want to make it,
transported her.
yeah, if you want to have this really cool scene of like Tanumero, like she holds her hand out and she
Yeah.
like floats the body of Afilia over to
Oh.
the and kind of like rests her down into the
When we buried her the first time.
Apparently, I rolled a dragon on the roll of burying Ophelia
there
with
you
levitate.
go. Yeah, there you go.
Make sure you put that advancement mark next to your.
Yeah, put your
Oh,
advancement mark
whatever
next to
spell
your
school that is.
spell school. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess I very gloriously and
Oh yeah.
miraculously
Super
levitated
smooth
her.
levitation. She like floats across. It's like just
Ethereal.
and just float her down into the her final resting, well, her temporary resting place for right now. And Belthus begins to use the shovel to cover her body and armor up with the dirt. And I think that's probably a good time for us to take our break for the evening. Reach that point. So we'll be back in about 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight, and we will see Connery. howls at the moon at this burial site for Afilia. And we will be back in just a moment, so stick with us. Hello, and thank you so much for hanging out with us here at Proficiency Bonus. Please take an opportunity to support our sponsors.
First up is Little Dragon Corp. Little Dragon Corp is an online storefront based in the Great White North of Canada. They sell everything your heart could desire, so long as everything your heart desires is largely polyhedral dice sets and other TTRPG sundries. Check them out for all of your dicey needs. Perhaps buy a lovely hardcover copy of one of these fine books. If you're feeling especially cute, you could treat yourself to a t-shirt or one of these fine little proprietary Little Dragon Corp dragon plushies. They've got all the classic types of dragon, like Mooney, Terra, Dad. Whatever strikes your fancy over on Little Dragon Corp, be sure to enter our special promo code BONUS at checkout for 15% off of your order. That's BONUS, BONUS, for 15% off your order. That's like if you made 7 individual purchases, you could basically buy anything you want on the store, and it's like it was free with all the money that you saved from earlier. I'm absolutely positive that's how math works, and I will be taking no questions at this time. Thank you, Little Dragon Corp.
Cardboard Castle Games is a brick-and-mortar game store local to Evans, Georgia. They have a wide selection of tabletop gaming and other cool games like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon cards, and even Yu-Gi-Oh! You can visit them in-store and let them know that we sent you, or you can go visit their website at cardboardcastlegames.com.
Don't forget to find us on social media. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Discord. Links to our social media pages and outlets are located below this video.
Don't forget, you can also support the channel by following, by subscribing, remembering to click the bell notification so you never miss another live stream, using channel emotes, and if you're an Amazon Prime user, you get a free subscription to Twitch every month.
While we are away, now is a great time to go subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's absolutely free, and there you will find hours upon hours of content to enjoy. Click the bell icon to activate notifications so you won't miss a single show. Once again, thank you for joining us. We hope you are enjoying the show, and we'll be back in just a moment. And welcome back, everybody. Looks like my audio is working correctly and the tech is acting the way it should. If otherwise, please let me know in the chat. By the way, thank you so much, chat, for the Bane that you gifted me. I will remember this. I thought you were my friends, chat room.
I'd also like to take this moment out, because, we're halfway through our session, to mention that don't forget to check out the counter. It is Deer Days, day number 1.
Why are the Deer Days back up there? What happened?
I thought you were friends.
I thought I was doing good. I thought I was doing good, and here it happens again. Deer Days. There it goes. It's gone. Sorry, everybody. Oh, let me check the other one real quick. Yeah, for some reason it disappeared off of that one.
Michael, she says you're only friends on Sundays.
Only friends on Sundays, hey. I'm okay with that. All right. So, you guys have just got done temporarily burying Afilia Shadowleaf. What does the party do now?
Well, before walking away from the grave, I want to leave my memento, the ring with the inscription, tied onto her ex. And once everybody else has stepped away, I'm going to promise her to avenge her, now that we know who it was. And that I've caught her scent. I mean, his scent, not her.
Okay. Oh, so as you guys walk away, like, Connery stays behind and has this moment, basically kind of declaring an oath to the fallen Dragon Knight.
Oath of vengeance.
Oath of Vengeance. Right.
Seems familiar.
That'd be a great episode title. So as you guys kind of pull away from the graveyard, you guys heading back to Outskirt for a night's rest, or are you guys deciding to stay on the outskirts of Outskirt to have your night's rest?
Ooh, my mic's being weird. I feel like Tanuma would definitely not want to go in and stay at the inn or anything like that. Given what's been going on. So her inclination would be to either stay up by Dranus and camp on his little mountain top, hilltop, wherever his whole jam is in the middle of town, or stay on the outskirts where we are. So I would see
What sounds more
who wants to go where. Yeah.
What do the rest of the party think about those two ideas?
We're gonna do watches either way now that murder is happening, so it doesn't really matter to Calcico where we're physically setting up.
And we're here now. It's late. We might as well just set up camp here.
Okay. You're just near this this graveyard. You're gonna go ahead and set up camp here.
I figured, ride a little ways away. Maybe 100 meters or so.
Or yeah, so you guys kind of set up your campsite. You guys set up your tent. I'm not going to make you roll for this because you guys are kind of used to this area around Outskirt. You've been here several times. You guys make your camp and you set it up. You guys kind of negotiate and talk about who's going to take what watches and things like that. And watches take place. You guys are rested up. Even though some of you are kind of tense and you're keeping a really good lookout on your watches, nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. Other than that, just that feeling somebody got murdered here tonight, and that person is still out there. So it's a little bit of that tensious feeling that you guys have as you each check your watches. But the shift passes. You guys all get your shift rest. And morning arises for a new day.
There is one thing Geyer would like. Geyer would have volunteered to take the very last watch.
Sure.
And I'm going to send you a quick message
Uh-oh.
because
Secrets.
so Geyer would spend a stretch during that watch
Okay.
to have that be completed by the time people are waking.
So you want that to take place as everybody else is waking up?
It's like when everyone else is waking up, Geyer's going to be the one coming over to the tent and...
Okay. So yeah, as you guys are kind of yawning, who is staying in the tent? Could be Kalska, Belthus, just you two. So as you guys, Connery's there too. So as you guys are kind of yawning and starting to walk out the tent and kind of like rubbing your eyes, and you look over in a direction, and you see Quasiman approaching you.
Kalska takes out her bow and arrow and draws it.
Okay.
Tanumra was sleeping outside, so what would her...
You currently like start waking up and coming out of it. You see Quasiman walking near the tent, and now Kalsika came out for a yawn and now has her bow drawn and pointing an arrow towards Quasiman.
Well,
He has her
now.
hand raised as he chews his morning.
Question here. Am I catching his scent?
Yes, but not from this close.
Okay.
Kalska just looks over her shoulder up at Belthus. Like, am I allowed to shoot him? Can I shoot him? Can I shoot him?
I've got it after you.
Hold on. Something doesn't make sense. He doesn't smell like Quasiman.
Wait, really?
Kalska shoots towards his feet, not to hit him, but as like a warning shot, so he stops walking towards us.
Arrows loosed. Hits to the ground.
Like when I say near his feet, I mean like an inch from his foot, like the front of his webbed foot.
Okay.
And I pull out another arrow. I will hit you. Motherfucker.
Rather convincing, is it
What
not?
was it that Connery said? What did Connery say?
Wait, he said it doesn't make sense, and then I said mother effer, and is it Geyer's voice that comes out of Quasiman's mouth?
No. Sounds like Geyer.
Kalska throws her stuff to the ground and walks over and starts smacking him on the arm like that. What's with all those secrets of the stupid crap, and what are you doing? It's not being stupid! And she like walks away.
Too soon.
Kalska just storms off until she gets to like the edge of wherever, like the where she is far enough away, and then just sits on the ground, and is like pouting at the horizon, probably facing outskirt, just really angry all over again.
Oh boy.
I thought this was a convincing way to perhaps get some more information.
Perhaps a discussion first before either Tinny or Kalska takes your eyes.
But last night, it just sort of came to me.
How did you do it so convincingly?
It's rather easy because we look somewhat similar to begin with.
I wasn't going to say it because, I didn't want to come across as that guy. But yeah, you all do look very much.
When did you gain this ability?
Never
do this.
given it much thought.
Oh, my microphone.
It's amazing magic. Fascinating.
I'll just sort of look over to not at all. It's just string and glue and it's all manner of things pulling back on the.
Connor reaches out and grabs his duck bill, pulls on it. It's so real.
Yeah, I mean, now that you guys are like kind of inspecting it, you can see like he is put together this disguise. Like it's not anything like that he's magically doing or anything like that. It's just he's just being very clever in how he's put it together. And being and tell, like, you guys can tell like the age difference between Geyer and Quasman. He does have to pull back on the feathers a little bit to get rid of some of the wrinkles. Yeah, that's right.
I wasn't gonna say it.
Yeah, right now, Geyer's not wearing his glasses. You can see while the eyes are looking at you, one of them is sort of wandering off, which leads a little bit more credence to the fact that he's Quasman, because Quasman has that weird look to him all the time. Yeah, Geyer's just got one eyeball sort of slowly drifting off to the side.
Geyer, you purposely have to like hang your tongue out awkwardly to the side as you're walking around like the character art of Quasman. Yeah.
Jesus.
So what would you guys like to do? Start a new day now with a member of your party that looks like Quasman.
I think we have an appointment, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
I should go in and surprise her first.
Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I think we should all.
What's our plan for this conversation?
Well, she's gonna tell us. She's gonna tell us her side of the story. Well, you can tell us what you saw in comparison, and the duck can tell us what's a lie. Because every time he's tried that so far, it's been great.
Well, I mean, what are we going to gain from conversing with her? We know who she is, what she serves, that she's lying to us.
But she works
Are we?
what we're looking for, so maybe she can give us some insight on where to find him.
But is she lying to us?
Yes, I saw in her brain, and she is a demon worshiper with bats writing letters saying "Hail Sathmog."
I suggest we pull up her sleeve.
But isn't the person we're fighting against, is his name like Aragorn or something? It began with an A, right?
Ah.
There you It's
I don't know
strange that
why
you
my-
have to do that to get your mic to work.
Let's hope that's not a thing.
Cry like a baby.
my
And it
mic
picks
don't
me
work,
up.
so let's go.
No, I don't know.
It's
And
a-
that's
So,
the side effect of having so much wine yesterday. She's all
That's-
yeah. What's funny is when we rested and I'm like, oh, let me reset my sheet. I'm like, oh, she's exhausted, sickly, dazed, and disheartened. So that in its own explains her behavior on top of the wine.
True, absolutely.
I took many conditions
There's-
for the
there's
many
a- there-
spells I
yeah.
did, I guess.
There's a reason for all those conditions.
Yeah. But anyway, what was I saying?
I thought
What
the
was I gonna say?
Demon King's name was something else. Who's Sathmog again?
Sathmog is the demon, and Ezreal Koth is the demon king. I thought, right?
Kauska knows, but she's sitting away from all of you right now, and you're all having a discussion without her. So she's just.
Wait, we are? Why?
I walked away because Geyer pissed me off, and you all just let me go sit in the dirt and kept talking.
I didn't notice.
And Geyer knows better than to run over there. You've beaten him up twice in the last 2 days.
I keep doing dumb shit.
I can't help it. It's
So,
my
I mean,
middle name.
your characters would have known the lore. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys have heard it. Basically, this Azrael Koth was a mortal who was gifted this these demonic powers to bring Sathmog into the world. Sathmog is the top. So Azrael Koth is underneath him, but it's almost as if like Sathmog needs this Azrael Koth to like bring him into the world so that way he can kind of take over. That's what happened.
Annabelle is sending messages to Azrakoth.
From the indication that you got in your mind reading, yes.
So once Sathmog has what he wants from Azrakoth, there's no guarantee that it's just gonna let him live.
Generals do make the fight easier.
To Numeral's concern, my concern, okay, my mic's working now, is that we need 4 statue pieces to get under Outskirt, to get the sword. The sword, depending on whose hands it falls into, can either help us defeat and kill Azrael Koth for good, preventing Sathmog from coming into the world, or if Leanara and her demon worshippers get it, they can go under Outskirt and they can get the sword and they can free Azrael Koth and bring Sathmog. So my concern here is if we continue to pretend that we are working for her and helping her, and she's continuing to keep tabs on us, when we get the next piece we get is it. We can unlock it and get that sword. She's gonna just steal it from us, and Quasiman's gonna steal it from us, and that's why they're getting desperate. That's why they're stabbing Ophelia in the streets. I'm just worried what happens when she thinks we're handing over the statue piece. What do we do then when we have them all and she
doesn't know we have any of them?
I mean, it's been how many months? I mean, I'm sure she has surmised that we are not empty-handed. What are we going to do? What's our plan then when she comes to collect? And we're all sitting on top of the site where all of this is.
No, it's a very simple plan. Once we collect the last piece, we come back to Outskirts at the end of the day when it's starting to get dark. We don't go to the inn. We go directly to the tomb and inside it. We have the sword before she realizes we're even back in town.
Why any longer? Why not kill them all now? What are we waiting for?
Who said anything about killing them?
We're gonna have to kill them eventually. They're gonna come and they're gonna fight us once we're back and by that tomb. You think she's not watching that tomb like a hawk? You think she doesn't have people watching it? To say when we
You're
go
right,
there?
Dranith lives right by there. We should murder Dranith. He's probably one of them too.
Dranith isn't one of them. We know that.
How?
He's
How can you be
telling us
certain?
everything.
Oh, wait.
Perhaps
Yes.
we start looking at forearms as our...
And he's like
Bird
naked
friend
half the
has-
time. He's like naked half the time. We haven't seen a tattoo.
No. I
Isn't
haven't
he usually
seen
in like
either.
a stinky loincloth or something?
No, he has like this.
Robes.
He wears robes, but they're not the
Oh.
greatest. Let me see if I can pull up Dranith's picture. It's in the outskirt folder there. You guys can look at his image.
The very
I feel like I remember him having like not much on. I don't know why that's my image of Dranet.
Yeah, I
Just
mean
like-
he's very skeletal looking, and he does have like it's kind of like a robish kind of thing that he wears, but it's very like single like greenish tone. It smells like smoke and other things, and it's not the cleanest. But you guys haven't seen his forearms.
Mm.
Geyer's gonna just, after saying that, is gonna start walking back towards town.
Okay.
And is going to walk right near where Kalska is sitting.
Are you still disguised?
Yep.
Okay.
And Geyer's just gonna walk by and say, "You should go speak with them. Tanuma's trying to plan to kill everybody in town. I'm going to the inn. I'll start getting breakfast."
Yeah,
And Geyer's gonna walk by and pull the disguise hood up over his head.
And we have confirmation from chat. It definitely is a toga. That is what he.
Toga.
Toga.
Kauska completely ignores Geyer and just stays there sitting, waiting for everyone else to come.
Should we make our appointment?
Since Connery is walking behind Geyer, he also walks by Kalska and kind of just ruffles her hair and keeps going.
Nobody answered my questions of what our plan is here. We have.
I guess
no
we'll find
plan.
out while we're talking to her. Come on, ladies, here.
For what? I have all I need to talk with her. I'm done pretending with her.
Tinny,
Well, then let's ask her.
this isn't the let's all speak in minds and not clue everyone else in time anymore. I love you, but you learning things and then not telling us things made problems last night. I get you were mad, but at this point in time, I'm mad at everybody right now. So how about we just go eat breakfast and figure it out? Maybe I'm not mad at Connery. I think and Belthus. Okay, I'm mad at two people.
Go. Good luck without me. I hope there's no demon portals opened.
If you don't want to come
Whitley.
through demon portals, that's on you, Tinny. If you're gonna sit and pout because no one's doing what you want to do, that's not how parties work. And Kalska walks off.
We just want to keep doing what we should be doing, which is ending this.
And then, ladies, here, let's go end this. Let's go make our appointment and make it an exciting appointment.
What are we to kill her in the middle of the inn, Belfast?
We don't have to kill her, we can just fight.
Didn't he just say, let's go kill everybody? I'm so confused right now.
Belthus just body slams everybody in the bar through tables.
Bars are for fighting. That's one of the purposes of the bar.
When did the elves become the bloodthirsty ones?
All right.
All jesting aside, we should go make our appointment with her and then maybe perhaps ask some of these questions. Have her say it out loud for us.
You don't trust me? You don't think I'm telling the truth?
It's your spells for sure.
So what can we glean from talking to her that I didn't just glean from reading her mind? We know she lies. She's full of it.
I think it's more that if we don't make it to the appointment, I perhaps others will. Who knows? If we leave her hanging.
Whatever. I mean, you're all so confident you could do this without me, so do it without me. Nobody wants me to read minds and get information, so what am I gonna do? You all want to figure this out and make appointments and have sneaky conversations? Sneaky conversations. I think I have nothing to say to her.
I'm gonna hold the door open for Geyer.
Guys, Quasimond, what are we gonna do with that? We didn't even talk about what we're doing going into this. Confused, but that's fine.
Yeah, so you guys are walking to the inn. Geyer,
Yep.
are you still disguised as Quasimond?
Yep.
Okay.
Gonna keep the hood very much pulled up, same way you were always seen him.
Okay.
God, I hope we don't run into Captain Hardy.
I'm expecting Quasimond to be in the bar.
Okay. So you guys walk to the bar. So you're walking all in together?
I'd be going definitely in the bar.
I thought
Okay.
Geyer was going. The whole point was Geyer was going to go in first. That was what little I understood.
See, guy just started walking away. It's like we have places to be. If people follow,
Okay.
the only reason Geyer mentioned something to Kalska is
Quasi got her.
Okay, so you guys walked into the courtyard area here. You guys tell me how you want to do this.
Shall we enter together, Duck? Or do you want to fly solo?
Geyer will look over his shoulder.
That was not a duck pun, okay?
It worked. It worked.
Give me to the count of 30.
All right.
and see if we can stir anything.
Your safety word is asparagus. Good luck.
Asparagus.
Tara's gonna walk into the bar.
Okay. You walk into the bar. There's a light crowd. You can see Vagenhild is behind the counter, kind of just kind of cleaning up some mess from breakfast. Annabella, Leanara, sitting at a table. And as you walk in, she directly looks at you. And you can see the expression on her face change. Surprise. And she gives you a very, quizzical look. What do you do?
Okay. Just very Quasman. Every little interaction we've saw him give her his stereotypical just dirty glare back.
Okay.
And walking by, is she facing towards the bar or away from it?
Towards the bar and towards the door, like she was watching the door to see if anybody was coming.
So, gonna walk through, look over at Vagenhild, toss a couple of silver on the counter, start drink, and walk right past her, back to the table where I've always seen Quasman sitting.
Okay. Yeah, you see her kind of
get behind her. Just as I'm walking by, something apparently hit the fan. Just keep walking.
She waits for a moment. You see her kind of pick at a couple of things like she has on a plate. She stands up, kind of brushes some crumbs off of her shirt, and walks. You can see she's not wearing her apron, like she's not on duty right now. So she walks over to you and kind of pulls up the chair next to you. And what do you mean it hit the fan? You're not supposed to be here. What are you doing?
I was gonna, and again, sort of keeping my face away a little bit, so it's just the bit of the duckbill and the tongue sticking out the side. I ran into that group of idiots. This one pissed off the she-elf. Takes another drink.
They continue to be a thorn in my side. Listen. What happened to Kaya and Wakefield? You were supposed to be with them. Taking them to the village.
Well, they took off when the elf showed up. Apparently they had dealings with them.
I hope they can find the place. We got a good lead.
Take another drink, and guy's gonna try to glance to see if Connery's coming through the door yet.
Connery rolled a sneaking roll to sneak into the room, but
Okay.
stayed to the outskirts.
Oh yeah, you succeed with your sneaking roll. So yeah, you can kind of sneak in undetected as you're kind of just rolling in there. Yeah, you can see that Leanara is having a conversation over there in the corner where Quasimodo usually sits with your Quasimodo. And it looks like kind of like a heated discussion is ensued.
Want to try to get within earshot just in case there's some asparagus.
Okay, gotcha. What about the rest of you? You guys, so Connery is sneaking in. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Kauska was walking towards it, but not very quickly because she's pretty pissed, and she's mad that Tinny's upset for her for Kauska not wanting Tinny to just interrogate people, and she's mad at Geyer for doing a trick without talking to her about it, and she's just a little frustrated. So she's getting there, but she's slow. So if Belthus is following, because I think Belthus was the next one who said he was gonna go, Tinny's a question mark in my notes right now. Belvis probably catches up to Calcica, but she's not ready to go in yet because she doesn't know what's happening,
Mhm.
and she's just kind of like not herself right now. She's very
Okay.
so Belvis will have to interact or pass by a very unhappy halfling.
So, as we flash back to the conversation, it was like, so, do you think they have any of the pieces?
The only one I'm not sure of yet is that halfling and the wolf.
Asparagus.
What about them?
The halfling always smells like this plant that... What is it?
Aloe vera.
Long green one. Asparagus, this foul-smelling little creature.
Asparagus? That's a very, very unique smell.
It's horrifying, but
So,
I think the wolfkin is
right behind you.
Okay, what's Connery do when he hears asparagus?
Literally, when he says, "I think the wolfkin is," he finishes his sentence by saying, "Right behind you," and I'm
Okay.
looming over.
Okay, yeah, like she like looks up and sees you like looming over her.
now. Is there a window near this table?
About 3 meters away.
Guy's going to look over the shoulder away from Leanara, wink at Connery, and then charge at the window and dive through it.
So you're gonna run and try to dive out the window?
Dive out the window.
Okay.
Let her think Quasman got freaked out by the wolfkin.
Okay. Calcica, Belthus, and Tenumeral. You're standing outside the bar. All of a sudden you hear glass shatter as an individual, a mallard that looks like Quasman, goes flying out of the window. Kind of like on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air when DJ Jazzy Jeff gets thrown out of the front door. Quasman goes flying out and rolls across the ground in an instant, a flash. What do you guys do?
I think that's our cue for a bar fight.
Calcica was about to check on the duck to see which duck it is. And then when Beltha says bar fight, she's in just a bad enough mood that she like hesitates for half a second. Do the clothes look like what Belthus or what Geyer was wearing this morning? I assume it's not his usual getup; it's his Quasman.
I mean, it's with him flying through the window and this happening so fast, like it could easily be Quasman. You guys, he is very well disguised.
Calcica goes over like a few steps closer to the duck that's covered in glass right now, and looks down at him and waits for a sign. Because if it's Quasman, he's gonna run or attack her, and if it's Geyer, he's probably just gonna wink and groan. So she's just waiting for kind of like clue.
So inside at this moment, Leanara is just like, what is going on? Quasman just got up and ran and threw himself out the window. She turns around and looks at the... Where'd you come from?
It's too late. Connery's eyes have dilated. His hair is standing on edge. He now knows that she was involved directly in her murder. So,
Oh
I'm
no. Oh no. He's going berserk. Oh, this could be bad, folks.
And this is what Belthus sees walking in.
Yeah. Ha
Okay. Immediately attack the nearest opponent in melee combat, if already angry. Oh, look at this. That is going to strike. Gain the angry condition, and you must keep fighting until all opponents
Jesus.
within sight have been defeated, or you reach 0 hit points. Gain a boon to melee attacks. Neither parry nor dodge.
Yep.
After the fight, you become exhausted. So that's going to hit for 12 damage. She is going to... Let me see. So I don't really have a map set up for this. So,
Theater of Mind.
Theater of the Mind.
Oh my gosh.
This
We're just
is...
killing her in the middle of the bar in the morning. Alrighty.
Let's
You know,
see.
the guy's getting no idea what's going on in there, and his thinking is, Tanumra's going to be here. She's going to read her mind and find out where the hell this village is.
She is going to attempt to... She has something called
Uh-oh.
fast footwork that allows her to dodge
That's what I have, yeah.
without taking an action. So she's going to do that.
Okay.
Her evade is 14, so she's got to roll a 14 or under on the 20 roll. And rolls an 8.
Oof.
And is able to like jump out of the way as the staff just comes down and smashes the table. Like the drink that fake Quasiman had that was sitting there off to the side just goes like flying up and spinning, spewing the morning ale all over the place. And you see the cup like laying down. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna pull initiative cards as we're gonna go into some combat. Yes, sir.
How big is that window?
It's big enough for a wolfkin to go through.
Oh, well, that wasn't talking about a wolfkin.
How high is that window?
It's like, I mean, it was 3 meters away. It's big enough that somebody could...
But like, how high up? Like, am I gonna have a hard time jumping through?
No, you'd be able to jump through it.
Okay, cool.
So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna change the music. And, Geyer, is there a... You want to use that ability that you have? Battle music on for us. I didn't know if you wanted to use that ability, Geyer, that you have about
Definitely do, yeah.
picking 2 cards and choosing the better one. Out of some better music, as it looks like a confrontation with Annabella / Leanara is about to happen here in the Three Stags Inn in the middle of Outskirts.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Albert bite.
Yeah,
Oh,
I need another dodge.
The bear takes a bite.
Yeah, as soon as Connor misses and smashes the table, he calls Albert to come in through the window and take a chonk at her.
Oh my gosh.
please turn animal. Follows. I will say that Albert couldn't go into the bar with you, so he's not like actually there to be able to do this. Like if you took the bar out, if you took the fight outside, then I would say probably you would be able to do this. But since Albert is kind of limited on the environment in which your companion can be, he wouldn't be in the bar with you.
See, you got to spend some money and get him drunk. If you get him drunk frequently enough, then a bar would be hidden.
Buy me a drink first. I got it. That awesome. All right.
Let me see if I can go ahead and grab all your tokens from here and just add them. Set the...
So while this is going on, I got to know, where is Tanumral in all this?
I think she's just outside.
She was like kind of hanging by the cart because she just didn't know what was going on and felt like, well, she's not going to walk in the bar with Quasiman. And
Would you be somewhere near the front of the bar, though?
yeah, wherever I guess our cart would have been in front of the bar. So I would have seen the Quasiman Geyer come through the dramatic exit and be just, he's fucking confused.
Quasi Geyer. Come on.
Let me go ahead and shuffle really quick, and let's see if we can get them. Oh, I dealt the safety deck. Ah! Funny.
I already used my safety word.
That's funny. Let me try to redeal these. There we go. Now we're doing the correct thing. Okay, so here's what's gonna happen. So it looks as if Geyer, you picked a 5 and a 6. So it's looking like the 5 is your better number.
I don't see the turn order. Is
Yeah,
it just
neither
mine?
do I.
I chose 0.
Weird.
It shows empty.
It's
Yeah, we
showing
got
up
no-
on mine.
Oh.
Okay.
Well, it's up to you to not lie to us.
Wait, are you on the world map or are you on a different map?
I'm on a different map.
Oh,
That's probably why, huh?
We're still on the
Now
world
try.
map.
Can you see it now?
We
you
still
open
see
your-
the world map.
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
important.
I put myself on the world map too.
No. No, still see 0 turn order.
Yeah.
Wait, can you guys close your turn order and reopen it? Is that
Alright. We can give
will that
a try.
work?
Oh yeah. Wait.
Did that work?
I saw it for like a brief moment. That was weird.
Weird.
Wait, how do you shut turn order?
There should be an X. Is there an X
Oh.
there or
No, I don't have an X.
Neither do I.
weird? I have an X on the top right next to where it says turn order.
They got rid of that.
No.
I think that's just a GM thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, well, either way, not important.
Okay. Well,
just tell us
I
who's-
mean, I'll let you know what who gets to go. Now, at this moment, an interesting person gets to go first.
Captain Hardy.
Vagenhild from behind the bar
Connery, you in
sees
trouble?
this taking place and sees Connery basically take the staff and smash this table going after Annabella. So Vagenhild like jumps over the bar and starts charging towards Connery, pulling her warhammer out. Not in my bar! And like screams and starts going after you with the weapon. Let me pull up her actions so I know what she can do. Where are you, Vagenhild? There you are.
Right now, she's just made herself into an opponent.
She has. Okay, she has a Warhammer skill level 12. So that means she's got to roll a 12 or better for a successful hit. Roll that d20 and misses. So she comes just rushing up to you, and you just like look and see this, and just some of that ale, like she slips on some of the ale that like spilled onto the floor and bumps into the side of the table and just completely whiffs with her Warhammer shot. And that ends her turn. That's all she can do in her round. And that brings us to turn order number 2, which is actually Connery.
Connery doesn't honestly notice. He's so infuriated by the fact that that she killed Lady Ophelia and wants to just keep on going at it. Wow, that's the same exact damage.
Same exact hit. Now, technically, if I wanted to spend the point, try to evade again.
I'm gonna empty out this woman's willpower and no. She's gonna keep swinging.
I think
Unless you take a warhammer to the side of the head.
I think she's gonna try. She's gonna spend willpower and she's gonna use fast footwork again, and she just succeeds another dodge.
Oh.
So you're coming at her, and she is just spinning out of the way of these staff hits. She's fast, Connery.
Can we get like a counter on the stream for how much property damage I'm up to?
Yes, another chair goes flying and shattering across the wall.
You see a little teardrop coming from Guyer's eye.
Belthus, you're up. What do you do?
Oh yeah. So I guess coming in and seeing Connery fighting Annabella, right?
Yep, Annabella.
Can I
Of
clear
the Truth
distance from
Society.
Of the Truth Society. Can I clear the distance from the door? Can I get to
It would
her?
take all your movement, but yes, you could.
Cool. Then I will use all my movement to like scramble over stools, leap up on a table, and come in with my sword. Ah!
Oh, Beltha's screaming in the rain. Wolf pack. Yes. I love it. I love it.
Let's see. So this is gonna be a sword attack.
That's because I keep missing.
Ooh.
A hit, unless she has something she.
She takes the hit.
I did not know the name of your sword was that long.
Let's see.
God, I feel like I've fallen behind since mine only has
This
5
is going to
left.
be interesting. She's going to activate an ability she has.
Uh-oh.
And she grabs Vagenhild from next to her and pulls Vagenhild in front of her. And Belthus, you stab Vagenhild right in the chest.
No!
Pause. What is this ability name? I need to
Weasel.
know.
It's called Weasel.
Oh my gosh.
Staring at my sword.
That was very nearly the heroic ability I took last week.
Oh boy.
I chose surprise instead.
And so she spends all those points, and all 7 damage goes sinking into Vagenhild. She does have a little armor on, so it is going to soak 1. She takes some. She looks very hurt as you just slice into her with your sword, and you seem shocked about this because that was a shock, a surprise, as that happens.
This isn't how the bar fight's supposed to go.
If Vagenhild had fast footwork or defensive, she could still parry or dodge, hopefully.
Vagenhild could technically parry or dodge. I would say, though, in the heat of the moment, though,
Caught off guard.
it's caught off guard, and that and Belthus is a warrior, man. He's coming after her. So now Vagenhild is taking a strike from Belthus, and the Vagenhild looks like she's hurt, but also enraged by this towards Belthus.
We can discuss this like adults, right?
And it is actually now Annabella / Leonarda's turn. So, in this moment, I gotta double check another ability just to make sure.
How many abilities does this woman have?
She is stacked.
Oh, I'm
She's
not
a
like
demon
killing her.
worshiper.
She's already spent 4 willpower, so she's already down that much.
She could have 40 or 50 willpower.
I think she is going to target Conry.
Fast footwork only costs her 2?
Where do you see that?
No, that's what I was asking. Because my
No.
fast footwork costs
3.
3.
It costs 3.
Okay, I was about to say,
Yeah.
that hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it does. It spends. She is going to spend. She's going to work on Conry here, and she is going to use her action to make an attack. She has on her she kind of pulls out a dagger, and she's going to try to drive it into you, Conry.
Can I try to guardian him?
You can.
Okay.
So. Ability force the enemy attack you. So yeah, you're gonna take the attack here, Belthus.
Dude, this is a volunteer weasel.
Yeah. So this is her ability is 16 or better. So let's see how she does.
And I will try to defensive as well.
Okay.
Dang, that was a 2, Michael.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a good roll.
Yeah, that was a real good roll.
So yeah, you can parry this. You have to succeed on your weapon attack
Okay.
to successfully parry it. And you do. You parry the dagger out as you kind of jump in front and kind of clang the dagger. She holds on to it, but you kind of teeter it back. So I do still have to roll some damage.
Oh,
Did you parried it with your weapon, which goes against your weapon's durability.
Yes.
So Leanara, see what her damage
Dagger
is.
versus a magical sword. I'm
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna work. That's a D8.
She has a demon dagger, though.
Mm.
Just swallowed his soul.
So let me double
We're on
check
campaign,
something.
right?
Yeah, that's right. I do want to double check something really quick. She does have a D4 bonus on total of 5. I don't know if
durability is 15 on a sword.
You're fine. Yeah, so you easily parry that out of the way without even putting much of a scratch in your magical sword. She seems to be caught off guard a little bit, but that ends her turn, bringing us to Geyer, who's laying outside in a pile of broken glass. And he doesn't even look like himself. You might be muted there, buddy.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Use my movement to get up and start running towards the wagon. And the minute I'm past the window, so I'm not visible to Leanara if she's looking out, I'm using my full action is just pulling the cloak off and starting to rub my face and trying to basically get the disguise off.
Okay.
And then just yelling at Tunural, quickly, get into the bar. You need to read Annabelle's mind. We need to know where the village is.
The what?
The village.
What village?
I have no idea.
The village?
We need you. Read her mind and find out where the village is.
Well, I can't read her mind now. I'm fighting there.
Yeah, you guys hear a bunch of breaking things and shattering and screaming and yelling and painful roars coming from the inside of the barn. By the way, about 3 or 4 people just kind of ran out of the front door in terror.
I'll go in there, but I don't know if I'm gonna get any useful information at this point.
I don't even know what happened in there.
What? When we'll chat in the morning. I didn't mean to actually have a breakfast chat with her. You were quasi-mentioned, but we're all running with it. I don't know what's happening anymore.
All right, Geyer, do you have an action?
No, I'm assuming it would be my action to de-disguise myself.
Yep. Okay, you got it. So during this conversation, Kalsiko, this is your turn. What would you like to do?
Kalska had started
It's all
to
happening
move
quickly.
towards the duck, but then realized when he gets up and starts de-quasimending, she goes
De-quasimending.
That's a new verb.
That's a new verb, yeah. We gotta add that to our Dragonbane.
I'm an English major, I'm allowed to make up words, it's fine. Kalska will go in through the door, and then take all my movement to get to Leanara and Vagenhild.
Yeah, it would take your whole entire movement to get there, but you can get there. You can see it looks like Vagenhild and Belthus are like kind of engaged, and Belthus is trying to avoid Vagenhild. Also like diving in front of Leonara's attacks to shield his friend Conry.
I am... I will go after Leanara, and I will, if I hit, I will initiate backstabbing. But we'll find out when I get there.
You totally did, Blitz. You did cause this.
So that's I definitely succeed on that.
That is a hit. Yes.
Hold on. I hit the wrong button and I forgot how things work. Give me a second. I forget how everything works. It's been a while since we've been in a fight. Okay, so I get to roll 2d6 and plus my agility bonus. I understand now. I forget how to fight sometimes. 2d6 plus
that's
d4.
a nice
roll.
That's a very nice roll.
That's a very
Leanara.
nice roll on Leanara. Yeah, you catch her off guard and you strike her in the back. And
Wait, don't you have to roll your regular damage?
It's 1d6 is my regular. The second is because of
backstabbing.
backstab, and then
Okay.
the
Then
d4
your
is my agility.
bonus.
I
Yeah,
mean,
you
I thought it
rolled
was
really
total
well.
3.
She looks very badly hurt from this one wound that you struck her, but you struck true. She seemed to be almost off balance from the parry that Belthus just like kind of like uppercut her dagger away from Conry. and she stumbled back, and then you just drove your dagger right into her side, and she
Really back.
and you can see, like, you could feel like your hand covered in warm blood from the
I
the
want
wound.
to, if the DM will allow for my own theater of mind fun, I want to grab her back of her shirt or whatever she's wearing, like cloak, whatever,
Mhm.
and I want to yank her to the ground if I could. Or even
Okay.
just by nature of the damage done,
Yeah.
have her fall, because I kind of want her in the area in case I need help, but also I just kind of at the point where I'm like, I know that we might need info from her, so I'm trying to like make it a little like complicated, because I can see Connery's fur is up, and I don't know why Belthus stabbed Vagenhild, so I'm just a little bit confused right now.
I don't know why Belthus stabbed back into that.
I never know why.
Altus doesn't know why he stabbed the back.
No one knows why Belthus stabbed Vagenhild.
That's amazing.
Poor Belvis.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm gonna say, yeah, you kind of like put yourself in between.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
I mean,
really
just
say
between
like you can't
I'm
really
down
like
here
knock her prone or anything, because that would be like a different action.
Yeah.
But you kind of just position yourself to where it'd be a little bit more difficult for the rest of your party members to get like a clean shot unless they kind of moved around.
I mean, I'm also down here and she's up here, but this is just
True.
Kalska's
Yeah,
way
she
of
is taller than you.
Kalska's way of fighting, in a sense of like, don't want to
Yeah.
protect her, but I also don't want it to be simple right now, because I heard Geyer yell at Numeral
Mhm.
before I ran it, so
Sure.
it's all.
So, to numeral, you're up on the
Simultaneous
next
problems.
on the order. What would you like to do?
So she's gonna run in because there's chaos and
Oh yeah.
she knows there's a demon lady, and even though she talked some shit and was being very sarcastic the night before over the breakfast plan, she's not gonna leave her friends to fight demon worshippers alone.
Yeah.
So,
As you
she's
run
running
in, you see the chaos. I mean, Belthus is up there. Looks like Vagenhild, the bar owner, is in the midst of this with a massive wound, a sword wound. And it looks like Leanara is stumbling backwards, and it looks like Kalsika is kind of like pushing on her and like facing off. And Connery is like got all of his fur like ruffled up. He looks like the most like full of rage wolfkin you've ever seen him become.
Whoa.
And there's only one sword in the room.
So
Belthus does have some blood dripping from the end of the blade of his magical sword.
I'm just trying to think if I should use a new spell of mine that I haven't used yet that does damage, or if I'm gonna use one of my trusty weapons. I think she's going to let's see, hold her hands out and beat the Elvish for a nice old mental strike.
A mental
At
strike.
Leanara.
Leanara. Ooh.
So that would
mental
range 10
strike.
meters. You can project your mental power as a powerful physical strike. The attack hurls the victim 2d6 meters away and inflicts the same amount of damage.
Ooh.
So I roll 2d6 damage.
Yeah, you got to roll to make sure that you can cast
And
the
then
spell
each additional
first, right?
power level adds another d6 to the roll. It
So
can be dodged or parried as a range attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna paste it in.
This spell can be dodged or parries. Yeah, I got it up here. Project your mental power as a powerful physical strike. Oh gosh, that's insane. Are you
Yeah,
up?
that was-
Are you upping it to a different level, or are you
No.
keeping it as a just sort of level 1? Okay.
I'm gonna do a level 1,
Okay.
and that succeeds.
That
'Cause I have
succeeds.
17.
And it says
For
this
mentalism.
spell can be dodged or parried as a ranged attack. So she is going to spend points
Yeah.
and try to dodge this.
Okay.
Does she have a bane because my knife is in her liver right now?
Here's what I will do. I will reward our Twitch chat, and I will go ahead and take off my bane. I will roll with a bane on this because of the dagger in the side. Thank you, Twitch chat.
Thank you, Dinky.
So bane for evade. Your
We love
evade is
you.
14 or better, so 14 or better. So I'm gonna roll twice and take the worst result. first result is a 16 and a demon. She fails both.
Just miserably.
And you can go ahead and roll that 2d6 damage. Oh no. Much better. So, Leanara, all of a sudden, there's a strange, like, sensation in the room. As you guys go in, like, yeah, she, like, holds out her arms, and all of a sudden these strange, like, white rings start protruding from the palms of Numeral. You guys have never seen this before. As she's kind of, like, honing in, and all of a sudden, like, the area around her, your vision starts to blur a little bit. As all of a sudden you hear this, like, whoa, 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 whoa noise, and all of a sudden this almost, like, weird, strange flash comes out from Numeral, and you watch Leanara as Kalsika, you're trying to, like, hold her in place and kind of just stab her. She goes flying out of your grasp. Goes flying 5 meters across the bar to the other side and slams into the wooden boards of the wall. A elk head that was, like, on the wall, like, falls down and smashes onto a table nearby. 3 paintings that were hanging around in beautiful frames go crashing down, shattering glass all over the place. Plates of food and beverages and everything just goes shattering onto the ground. A strange red and purple tapestry starts to just slowly fall down over as Leanara just slumps over and the tapestry lays over top of Leanara.
His property damage counter just skyrockets.
That's right. That counter just is super. And Leanara seems to be just unmoving. The dagger goes clanging to the floor.
Now she's mad at Numeral.
Albert is technically up next on our initiative order, but Albert is kind of restricted to the outside. Moral support.
He growls to keep people from coming in the bar, even though if they're trying to come in the bar with all this noise, I don't know what kind of alcoholics they are at this point.
One thing you guys are sensing, though, is Albert and anyone who's, well, I guess Geyer would be the only other person that's outside. You guys start hearing people, like, shouting around the outside of Outskirt. So, some kind of alarm has been raised around the outskirts there. And we're going to go into round 2, so I'm going to go ahead and... Geyer, are you going to use your ability once again at the beginning of this? Okay. I will go ahead and make sure... get another turn added for... fast. Add a second Geyer. Sure that we will get shuffle these at deck.
And apparently while I was getting my costume off and put my glasses back on, I found 5 gold on the ground.
Oh, there it is. Man, chat's been nice to you guys tonight. Chat has been pouring it on for you guys. Okay, so we're gonna check out. We're gonna reorder these really quick. All my covered up. So Geyer, it looks like the 2 is the better roll out of the 2 and the 7.
I'll take the 2.
You'll take the 2. All right. 7 will disappear. Actually, that one will come off the board. So technically, first to go the second round is actually going to be to Numeral.
Who is left in this fight right now? Bagenhild?
Bagenhild looks very angry at Belthus and rough.
Yeah.
Like, she looks like she is enraged, and she has her warhammer and is looking right at Belthus.
Okay.
She wants to put a dent in that helmet he's wearing.
Yeah. I know we're already like in the fight, but like I wonder, like, can I try to talk to her a little?
Persuasion.
Okay, so Tenumeral's just gonna look over at Bagenhild after sending Leanara / Annabella flying across the bar. And she's just going to say, this is all, I think, a very big misunderstanding. Are you aware that her name is not Annabella?
Okay. Are you gonna stop there, or are you gonna say anything else?
I'm gonna ask that.
Okay.
To Bagenhild.
All right. You'll have to wait till her turn for a response.
Okay, and then she would also add, she is working with the demon workers to try to bring back Seth Monk.
Make a persuasion check. With a bane, because she's got a gaping sword wound in her chest.
We don't have to kill innocents. It would be nice.
Not everybody.
Okay, with a bane, so I don't even. Let's see. Okay. My persuasion is 12.
Okay.
I
So
succeed.
you have to, did you roll twice?
Yeah, the 11 and the 1.
Oh, the 11. Oh, so you succeeded. Okay. She kind of looks towards you, stopping her rage stare at Belthus. Blood kind of pouring from her leather apron that she's wearing, that kind of is her kind of suit of armor, so to speak. And she's like holding herself and just so like breathing heavily, looking over towards you. You'll still have to wait for her turn for a response, but that was a success. So in the meantime, though, we will go to Geyer. It is your turn. You hear some shouting coming from Tenumeral inside. Strange noise happened before that, and something like went flying across the room. You have no idea.
But you said I'm also hearing people starting to shout. Does
Yeah.
it sound like people are coming closer? Do I get the idea that guards are on the way?
You have an idea that, yeah, probably within the next, couple of seconds, you're going to have some visitors if you don't do something. Either act or get away.
Being over by the wagon, guys, just going to, because I haven't actually gone in to sell everything yet. We got distracted.
Oh my god.
So Guy's just going to stick his arm into the back of the wagon, grab whatever. Actually, I have it wrote down before I did all the math out last time. Give me a second. Going to basically just grab my hand onto one of the broadswords we have.
Okay.
And yank my arm down along the broadsword and literally just slash myself open with it.
Okay, so you're going to cut yourself with a broadsword.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say that you're doing this yourself. You're being careful, but you're still going to take some damage. You take 2
Right.
damage from the broadsword.
Half of his hit points.
And then Geyer is going to start running towards where the guards are coming from.
Okay.
Taking because I've got the disguise off now, taking my blade, I'm sort of dabbing it on myself a little bit as I'm running, acting panicked,
Okay.
screaming, Quasiment was just here! He's attacked! There's something wrong! Quick, get to the bar!
Okay. All right. Make a bluff check for me.
It's not a bluff. Osmond was there.
It's Geyer.
The artist formerly known as Costa.
Hey, that's a good one. That's a good bluff. That's a successful roll. A good bluff. Very nice.
Oh my God.
We'll see how that pans out for you. Vagenhild turns towards Tenumeral. Says, Demon worshiper, prove it. And that's what she says.
Wait. So can I not answer her until my turn?
You can
Or
answer.
I
I'll allow you to
respond?
answer.
Okay.
Yeah. We're kind of at like a
Yeah.
pause for a second.
Okay.
You probably only got a second because when Conry goes, he's still in berserker mode.
Yeah. Can I run over to her body?
Yes, it would take all your movement to do so, but yes.
Okay. And I'm gonna pull out her arm and praying that there's a tattoo there.
Okay, so you pick up her arm and you go to pull her sleeve up,
Yeah.
and there it is.
All right.
A
I'm gonna hold
Sathmon
that out.
tattoo on her forearm, right there.
Dragonhild.
You hold it up towards Vagenhild. She looks at it and catches eye. But I must ask Conry, what do you do?
My turn?
It is your turn.
Beltis would guardian her. He would guardian her.
He would guardian? Okay, so Beltis is gonna Beltis is gonna get in the way.
So I do roll the 4, but I do not roll the damage. I'm actually attempting a topple because it still counts as a melee attack.
Okay.
No, I am still guardianing.
Yeah, if you guardian, you're guardian the topple attack. Sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, Beltis does step in the way, kind of like whoa, 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 and so do you want to do anything else, Beltis, or are you just going to take the topple?
I will take the topple.
Okay. So basically,
Contested against his evade.
so he does get to make an evade roll. Okay, so Beltis, you can make an evade.
No.
Oh no! Beltis goes
Why do you have
slamming.
such bad at me?
Yeah, well, actually, here's what happens. Like, Conry's going for Vagenhild. Beltis gets in the way. He hooks the back of the knee, and Conry just picks him up. He does like a full backflip and crashes over part of the bar, slamming behind into all the glass that's back there, and all the glasses just start kind of like the shelves that they're on break and go like this, and all the glasses slide to the center, and each one of them start falling onto Beltis.
Look at Geyer's face. Keeps coming up.
That was a nice bar once.
It used to be, until you guys showed up. And you know what? I think that's a great spot to end this episode. Dragonbane, Secret of the Dragon Emperor.